Please give a round of applause to Mr. Jake Spencer.
Okay. They left me my microphone. All right. How's everyone doing? Good. Oh, I think I'm live now. Waiting for Dan to come give me the signal that I'm okay. That signal means I'm okay. Did you guys see that light? Dan, flash that light again. All right. We're good. We are good. And congratulations to Cindy. Everyone give her a hand. She's doing great, right? Yeah. And her team is growing, obviously on the life side of Tranont and on the direct sales side. And I'm super proud of her. I got to hang out with her today. We went to lunch and talked leadership principles to get her team to excel even quicker than they are. And then we also went and did some business. And it was a good business deal that we closed. It's good, fun to close deals, huh? It was awesome. The kill, right? It's the kill. All right, well, welcome out, everybody, everyone here. And also, for you guys who don't know this, the webinar tonight is actually right up like first or second for the most attended webinar we've ever had. So people all over, there's a massive group up in Idaho. Congratulations, guys. I want to say hi to you guys. I'm actually going to be heading up there, heading to Boise tomorrow. And then we have a group in northern Idaho with Mr. Ron Glover, who is on. They've got dozens of people on, and absolutely incredible. And we've got people, I believe, now from Texas on. We've had a great week, and even my own family. So hopefully I don't embarrass my own family. They're actually listening to me tonight. And so, but really quickly, I'm excited for you guys to kind of hear and see what's going on. Cindy did a phenomenal job talking about what the company's doing. And I'm here to tell you the company's doing actually exceeded the goals that we set out about 90 days ago. When I started coming in and really helping the company grow and kind of enhance some things, I wouldn't say change because you guys had a great platform and great the leadership here was awesome. A little bit about myself first. I've actually been in direct sales for over 11 years. And like I tell everyone every single time, the things that drew me to direct sales were obviously the cost. When you get started in direct sales, the cost is hundreds of dollars, not thousands. And most people over time would rather be a business owner making full-time income from home rather than full-time income at a job. And so I knew I eventually wanted to be a businessman because to this day, I really have never met wealthy employees. I've met a couple professional athletes that are, but wealthy employees don't really exist, I guess. And so I was able to get involved, minimal cost to actually get involved with it, and that allowed me to actually have my chance. If it would have been thousands of dollars and money from a bank, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. The other reason why I got started was I was able to work with people who had a lot of success, extreme amounts of success, before I even came to the meeting. These people were documented. They had lots of things that were actually written up about them in magazines and stuff. And so I wasn't working with someone who was brand new, which meant a lot because I didn't have a lot of time. I don't know if you guys, what your time constraints are, but the first time I saw the industry, I was 21 years old and 21 credit hours. I was extremely busy. So I needed people who knew what was going on. I needed people to say, I've done that and I failed. I've done that and it's worked. And so I remember my stepfather saying, I don't really know much about business. I've had a couple of attempts and I've not done very well. But I'll tell you this, your athletic career is not going to get you very far in business. And I'm like, okay. So he said, take your pride and your ego in one hand and your bank account in the other and weigh it. Which one weighs more? And so when I came into the industry, I was 100% coachable to what my mentors actually taught. And I think that's why I had a lot of success because over the years, 11 plus years, I have seen now and witnessed people, I will say it, who were a lot more talented than I ever was or ever could be. They even had better contacts than I ever had when I first started. They even came into the opportunity with millions of dollars to prove of their success. But their coachability factor, if it was on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a negative 50. Like their way was the highway. They're the type of people that would go into a McDonald's and say, your method of business doesn't work. They'd actually try to go into McDonald's and try to convince them to make good food. They're that dumb, you know? Right? You guys didn't realize that? McDonald's doesn't make good food. They just have made a system that makes money. Right? And so what I want to talk about is, first off, kind of a little bit about the vision of what I saw with Tranont and why I think we're doing extremely well. You see, we decided, and now we're deciding and making it firm, we're tackling a fear that 90+% of the people have. It's called money. Very few people truly understand money. They don't really get it. And there's lots of people who try to teach it. In fact, they've actually put together this thing called college, where people can go and pay lots of money to learn about money when it's really just a business around paying your tuition. I say this tongue-in-cheek because when I started hanging around people in the industry who had a lot of money, everything that I learned in college in terms of like making big money was not centered around being a businessman. It was centered around being a great employee, getting a good job, right? A good job. It's like an oxymoron for a good headache, right? And so what I realized very quickly with Tranont is they were going to do something, and they're already on the path of doing it. We just wanted to tweak a couple of things to make it more appealing, but also give people the opportunity to where if they truly wanted true residual income, they could find it in both arenas that we offer. See, we offer a license side. And we have proprietary products with Fidelity and other things that you're going to learn from our elite wealth team that no one can even come close to. Amazing. In fact, there's people in this very room over 20 years of experience who left their current firms to come over because of some of our products. And they've made a lot of money over their career, right? Some of them could even be my father. I'm only 32, right? The point is, that's all great. But the reality is this, from the webinar to this room tonight, the reality is I've learned one thing in business when it comes to making a lot of money when you're selling a product. If you cater to the masses, you dine with the classes. And so we had to do something for people like me. We had to level out Tranont to where someone like me could learn to be great, maybe eventually become a wealth specialist, but until that time, where's my money? What could I do right now to make money? Because my Honda Civic payment is due in a couple of weeks. At 21 years old, I only had one or maybe two words in my vocabulary. I and me. That's all I cared about. And so if someone was telling me that these financial products were great, which they are, and we're not just concerned about your financial income, we're more concerned about your financial outcome. When I came in and I talked to the founders, I said, before I even put my name on this company, I need to know that your financial products are not just helping people make money, they're helping people keep money. Some of my dearest friends who are going to be with me tomorrow are individuals I've made a lot of money with and for, and they're broke today. Needing another opportunity because they didn't listen to how to diversify. They didn't have some of the products that Tranont has. And so we believe in what we have, but we also wanted to be able to have you have a security blanket with some of our products. That's why you're seeing the budgeting tool. That's why you're seeing identity theft. I will be very bold and make my first bold statement of tonight because I'm sure many more are coming out of my mouth. The first one is this. Every one of you in your lifetime now are going to be affected by identity theft. It's only a matter of time. You all have insurances on your houses and your cars, but your most important asset, you don't carry any insurance on you. Now, you may have not been using those insurance, but you sure as heck pay for them. I don't care whether you're broke, below broke, or you're wealthy. When you have your identity stolen or credit compromised, you will feel what it's like to be a victim. And you'll spend more money and more attorney hours if you really want to get it fixed than it's actually worth getting it fixed. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy. See, we want to protect that. What's the point of helping you make $1 million a year or $1 million the next couple of years and have it lost because some thief in Pakistan is smarter than you? Because that's exactly what's going to happen. The more and more you use your online footprint, every one of you in this room have an online footprint, whether you realize it or not. The amount of emails that you send, the amount of time you're on social media, the amount of time you're shopping online, women. It's making your online footprint bigger and bigger and bigger. The more data that you push, the more vulnerable you become. It's just the way that it is. See, we're not going to be taken over by a robot. We're going to be taken over by the internet. The internet is what's actually replacing human beings in the workforce today. The more that e-commerce becomes prevalent, the less and less human beings are needed to work in a company. That is why e-commerce is big. In fact, that's one of the reasons why Tranont is doing so well. Most of their stuff you can access through online portals. In fact, we're presenting a multiple billion-dollar opportunity all over the U.S. tonight because of a webinar. I mean, think about what's happening. This was not taking place 15 years ago. So quadrupling in size, that's not really shocking now. We're getting more done with less effort. But it makes everyone in this room more vulnerable to thieves and people who are sleazy. So we are going to offer products that's going to help you keep your wealth, and maybe even if you're smart enough, pass it on to generations. Now, obviously, we have some more products that are coming onto that page. Everyone knows we just recently added merchant accounts. Merchant accounts are a massive industry that I don't ever believe are going away. We're going to be making some tweaks. So those of you who have the sheet, you can see in box number 2, there's going to be a column. We're going to divide it all up. Hopefully it'll be done by the time the national hits. And we're going to do a B2B sales called business to business sales, right? Because what we're learning is we're taking merchant services to businesses and changing over credit card machines. So let me tell you how this works. Today, I went and got all my hairs cut. What?
That's from age.
That's from age. What does that mean, sir?
Experience. Very few hairs.
Okay. No, I'm getting gray hair like you. I got a while to go. I have retained more of it than you, though. So here's how this works. I used this credit card today. I went to Sports Clips. So that means when I went and took myself and my son to go get our haircut today, we swiped this card. We swiped the card. Good for Sports Clips because they got $40 plus a $10 tip. They took $50 from me today. Now, based on the percentage that they've set up through their bank and their portal, they have to pay a percentage of that to whoever is running that transaction. Every time it's swiped, whether it's online, whether it is a restaurant, whether it is a gas station, I don't care what it is. There is a percentage of money that you now have the ability to get in front of. We're allowing now the average person with above average ambitions like myself to get in front of the transaction of money. So when you join Tranont, you are now a merchant. You fill out a portal. Like I helped Cindy sign up a gentleman, say, into Tranont. And she signed him up. He bought Tranont business. And within a matter of seconds, he already submitted his own merchant account. In fact, watch this around the room. If you've already submitted a merchant account on our portal, please raise your hands and keep them up high. I'll say it up here so everyone can hear. Who did you submit, sir?
Several of them.
Which one of them?
Harmon's is one of them.
Harmon's. Has everyone ever heard of Harmon's in Utah? How many of you would like to get paid when someone swipes a credit card at Harmon's? I believe so. Which one did you submit, sir? Masa. What is Masa? It's a taco bar. If you've ever heard of Masa, so now everyone go to Masa because someone in the room is making money off of every single swipe of a credit card. Who did you submit, sir?
It's a very small pizzeria.
A very small pizzeria.
Yes.
They're famous for $5 pizzas.
Correct.
You can figure that out. And guess what? I bet you there was more than one of those submitted. Probably over 1,000 of those submitted. Who knows the exact number? See, right now, people are using their debit or credit card. So we wanted you to be able to get businesses. But guess what we're learning when we're doing these phone calls? Because of the quality of the customer service agents with national processing, we're getting questions like this. What else does Tranont offer? What else can I get through your company? So let me get this right. I put something into the portal, I press submit, and then my business friend says, wow, this process is pretty simple. What else could Tranont offer me? So that's why we actually have background checks. That's why we're now adding business phones. because we have found out that businesses usually have a phone in their place of business. So while we're at it, why don't we just collect that revenue as well? Why don't we just, and here's the best part. We have found now, we've made a way that any one of you that refer any business into those business products and they are upsold, meaning they come in off of a business lead for phone and we upsell them on merchant. Or where they come in on merchant, we upsell them on phone. You get the credit for all sales. You're going to get the credit for that. So who in here would realize if we don't have this meeting today, that Harmon's is still going to be collecting credit cards tonight? Who in here would realize if we don't have this meeting tonight, Harmon's is still going to be needing business phones? Okay? Now, the last one you need to realize is because it'll be in the business world as well, but also really large in the residential arena, and that's cellular telephones. Here's the facts. You ready for this? The number one fastest growing industry in America grows every 24 hours, $300 million a day. Number one. There is more active cell phones than there are people now in our world. Yeah, I tried to figure that out too. And then I started witnessing many of you who carry a couple phones around. In fact, last week I carried a couple around. I'm like, I'm contributing to this habit that we are getting paid off of. So we are launching a cellular division in Tranont. And we are hoping to have it launched by our national convention. In fact, many of you, the higher level incoming individuals in Tranont, will actually be helping us beta test on our Verizon network probably the next couple of weeks. Now, here's how it works. We give unlimited data on our individual plans. So we're going to give unlimited data, and it's not the type of data where you share a buffer. That's pretty stupid. We give unlimited data, like no fine print, not like Walmart. You get 1 gig of 4G. No, that doesn't really appease me. There's no credit checks or contracts. So what you're seeing is that with Verizon and AT&T, we launched both those. They'll always give you like a range. I actually know the number, but I'd rather under-promise and have them over-deliver. Just plan on anywhere around $50 for your phone. Sprint, obviously a lot less, in the $40 range. Family plans, 2 to 6 lines, around $100. You will share 30 gig of data if you have a family plan. Why are we saying this? Why are we doing this? See, the overall vision is to lower your cell phone bill. Who in here has Verizon right now? Raise your hands. How much do you pay currently for Verizon?
We have a company bill, it's like $800 a month.
$800 a month. And how many phones are on that plan?
There's like
7. So 7 phones. So you could actually do 7 individual lines. 7 times 50. I went to Idaho, but that's still $350. And then with some of our promos, every 5 phones free, so you'd only really be paying for 6. Yep. Correct?
Math works, absolutely.
So it's actually 6 times 5. That's $300 if you did individual lines. How much savings would that be for your company? $400 a month. Then what you would want to do is then talk to people with common sense. Look at what we just freed up in your life. Now go back to one of our wealth specialists and sit down and have an honest conversation with what $300, $400, $500 a month could do with our Fidelity product. Captured with the people who know what's going on. That's not me, I promise you. That's people like Cindy and Ron and Brad and all these other people who know up from down. I just know how to make a big mess and let them clean it up. So, do any of those products get any of you guys out there on Webinar World or here excited about it? Raise of hands. Okay. So let's go into how we get started in our company, okay? Getting started is simple. Now, many of you need to understand that we're not looking for any employees because we don't want to give jobs out. And I don't want that type of relationship with any of you guys. I left my meeting with Cindy today, and she said, thanks. And I said, don't thank me because we're partners. We're expected to work together. We're expected to melt all of our minds together with ideas, right? Vision to take the company to $1 billion. Some of your ideas already have been implemented. In fact, before I came here tonight, someone said, hey, I have some input. Well, tell me, that's a great idea. When we were at lunch with Cindy today, Cindy said, Jake, here's a couple of things that I see could help us out. So I took mental note. You can ask Mr. Russ Losey, one of the owners. I came in and said, we got to ask you some questions. Bam, I got them answered. It was very simple. That's the kind of relationship that we want. Because if you own Tranont, you'll treat Tranont differently than if you are an employee. Is this making sense to you? So here's how you own Tranont. Your first year fee is $249. That buys you your company. But you know what I look at? This fee right here is your get out of jail free card. Let me explain. I had a conversation with one of my dear friends, and he's a decent businessman, right? He makes decent amount of money, a couple $100,000 a year. And I said, how is your business? And then this is at the beginning of the year. Many of you have heard this story. He said, we just had a record year. I said, well, congratulations. Well, I was raised in MLM. Yes, I'm proud to be an MLMer. I have no problem when people say, you do MLM? Like you do one of those things, those pyramid things? I say, yeah, I joined and I created my own top. And they look at me like, I'm proud of it. See, I was spoiled. So I always ask the questions, and my wife left purposely because sometimes she can't take even listening to me present the business like any longer. Because she says that I'm ignorant. So I ask questions that I wonder why everyone else does. So I said, cool, congratulations. What does that mean? You had your record year. Like, tell me what that means. He goes, dude, you're such an idiot. I said, I know, but what does that mean? Like I said, I remember one of my record years. I've never, ever had a year where my increase has not increased at least $30,000 a year, ever in my life. My lowest increase from year to year has been $30,000. So what does that mean, Nate? He goes, you're such a jerk. I'm like, well, tell me what's that mean? He's like, well, we made all this money X, but then we had to reinvest it to make a bigger building. We had to get like 12 more install trucks. We had to hire all these customer agent reps to take care of all the customers that we acquired because we want to keep them and keep them happy. I said, so what you're telling me is you didn't make any more money. You just took out more risk. I said, so you just reinvested your money again? He goes, yeah, that's what you do in business. I said, not in my businesses. I actually use my money for things I would like to do, for the fun. See, you don't have to go have any of those conversations. Many of you are going to see the new Tranont facility that's on 90th South. And you're going to see that soon the big rooms are going to be filled up with, yes, cubicles. And they're going to be your employees because remember, you're owning Tranont. So those employees are yours. They're going to be taking calls from customers and Tranont associates, fixing things, shipping out cell phones, handing over bids on business phones. None of you want to do that. In fact, that's why I was able to do the business. Because I was never asked to do those things. Could you imagine sitting down with Fidelity and coming up with this product that we have? I don't even know how it happened, but I'm sure glad it did. So here's how it works. After your first year, you'll get an email from corporate. And here's how it works. They'll say, do you want to keep your business? If you do, it's going to be $49 a year every year after that. So here's my advice to you. Bold statement number 2. You ready? If you're not making $49 a year when that email comes, please quit. Resign. You like that? That's safe, right? Okay, here's the next fee you want to write down. Is $115. As partners, every one of us in this room, we have an obligation. We have an obligation to bring $115 of volume to Tranont every month. So here's what we're going to do because you can't make money until you have that on your books. So we're going to take the $115 for your first month of your sign up. So part of your $249 goes for you to cover at least for your first month. Because there's people in this very room that have already got checks on the way in their first 2 weeks. So there's no possible way to learn how to go out and sell and do stuff to get that and then get your check 45 days from now. Dave, are you happy that you have checks coming? So are you happy that we took the first 115 from the fee you used to join? Yes. So let me tell you what you get for the 115 every month. You get the financial education piece, the OneView product, the Defend, the Tranont tax app, and then you get all the portals that are accessible right now immediately to upload all those leads. The first way that you don't pay this every month, guess what it is? Go refer some product. Go work. Isn't that crazy? Some of you are like, oh, heavens no, I'll just buy that stuff myself. That's what I would do too. But you can actually go sell some of this stuff and then not pay that if you don't want to. That's your own choice. I'll tell you the second way here in a second. Let's go to box number 4. Here's how we've agreed to pay. There's 7 different ways. The first way is residual income. Now, let's make it very clear. I'll tell you a secret. If 98% of the world, if they get a check this Friday, it's because they did something last 2 weeks. If 98% of the world's making linear, that would tell you a secret that my mom taught. She said, Jake, never talk in terms of thousands of dollars when you give these presentations. I said, well, why? And she said, because when it comes in terms of residual income, most people don't even know what it is. Most people can't even pronounce it. And most people don't even believe that it exists. See, linear income earners only get paid when they're working or closing deals or selling houses or cars. See, we are programmed to actually think first and the 15th, first and the 15th, right? And then the first comes, and a lot of people are actually beyond broke. They start out at negative every month. And they know they already have to give X amount of hours or do X amount of jobs to pay off what they owe, to crack the nut. So I think the statistic is the average American works the first 25 days of the month just to pay off the bills that they owe before the month starts. So the remaining 5 days of the month are your excess money. So the only way that you shorten the 25 days is if you give more hours every day to then take it down to 20. So the last 10 days of the month are your excess funds, savings, retirement, vacations, fun, entertainment. You're getting the point. In fact, this is awesome. We're already halfway through the year, right? We're about halfway, correct? Yeah, we are. So that would, I know history, I'm not that smart scholastically, but I would bet that on December 31st, a lot of people say this. My New Year's resolutions are, I want to lose weight and make more money. That was profound, right? That was really profound. You know what I've learned? Losing weight's pretty simple. It actually is. It is too. Just put down the fork. Do you know why so many companies go to billions of dollars in health and nutrition and wellness, and they're gone after 5 years? Because everyone likes to get rich, get skinny, fast programs. They don't exist. It doesn't exist. But everyone thinks that it exists. Look around this building. Pills, potions, lotions. We're curing a problem. No, it's called put down the fork. Calories in, calories out. It's pretty simple since the beginning of time. But when it comes to money, let me tell you how most people think. I want to make more money, but how do I make more money? How do I make more money? Put in more time. Because time gets me more money. Wrong. That's not how you get wealthy. You learn how to work smarter and have your money work for you. Wealthy people don't work for their money. They put systems, processes, they're leveraging things all the time. That's why wealthy people love residuals. 2% of the world makes residual money. Here's how residuals work. You do something one time and get paid over and over and over and over and over again. Who in here has been paying for a cell phone for the last 10 years? How many of you guys think that businesses will be using merchant accounts for the next 10 years? How about business phones? How about people people are going to be needing Tranont Defend now more than ever. The more that the internet becomes prevalent, the more that identity theft becomes a popular item that people are going to be required to have. I'm actually going to make a really bold prediction, number 3. So web world, you heard it first out of Jake Spencer's mouth. There will be a day in the next 2 to 3 years that banking institutions require their customers to have identity theft products or they will not be allowed in that bank. Who's at fault when stuff gets hacked now? Back and forth, back and forth. Mark my words, it's just my prediction. We're in the right place at the right time. These are all monthly recurring fees. So if you look in box number 5, there's a simple example. You receive 10% on your personal customers that you personally acquired. We're talking about you first. So let's say you went out and got 50 services, and let's say the average bill that we're talking about is $40. Now I'll give you a hint. I don't think there's been a merchant that's closed yet with the fees that are $40. So just keep that in mind. We're creating this to be minimal for a reason because my attitude when I met the founders is I like examples where if I'm a failure, they still make sense to me. I want something that's actually real and legitimate. I don't want pie in the sky. See, I'll tell you a secret. I don't understand why most people don't think this way. I'm weird. I never once came into this room, ever in my career, ever thinking that what I was about to do was going to be easy. I never have thought that way. Do you know what my mentor pitched me? This is how he pitched me. You ready for this? Are you sure? Some of you, web world, I'm sorry, I can't give you a hug after what's about to come out of my mouth. I know Lauren just walked in, so hopefully you can't hear what I'm about to say. Do you guys want to know what Tranont really is? It's a way to make residual income, yes. It is. But all that it really is, it's a business for $249. 99.9% of businesses are not $249. So all of you in the room who've ever wanted to be your own boss, who've ever wanted to be a mogul, a millionaire or a billionaire, it actually allows you to see what you're actually willing to put in to become one. It actually gives you the opportunity to see what you got. My mentor never told me you're going to be wealthy quick. He said that's the exception. Have I seen it in 11 years? I have seen people get wealthy fast, yes. But the rule is no. In our industry, it's dedicated effort. It's 2 to 5 years before your income is so consistent, it costs you money to keep going to your job. My mentor is very transparent. See, I want to be transparent too in box number 5. We're talking about real residuals here. Residuals that last. Not off of an emotional buy because someone wanted to help you out. So 50 services at $40, that's $2,000 of billing. That's $200 a month that you'd be making month after month, year after year. Not thousands of dollars. Are there people now in Tranont who have residuals that are thousands of dollars? Yes, there are. They have commas in their checks. Amazing. Congratulations. But that's not what impressed me. What impressed me is when my household bills that I had started being paid from work I did. Not that I was doing. Like, I'm going to say it again so you can understand it, because I know I talk fast. I'm not good at English. Some of you are like, he sucks in English. I'm sorry. But I've learned 2 ways to make a sentence. I am a millionaire or I is one. It's the same thing. So here's how it works. I started realizing that bills that I had that I needed to put in time to pay were paid for off of work that I did the previous year. So when things happened in my life and I got busy, or sometimes I was ambitiously lazy, I didn't want to work, my bills were paid. That's the reality. That's why I'm never, ever afraid to mention Tranont's name. That's why I'm never afraid to give a presentation. I'll say it. I'll be arrogant. I have something that very few people in the world have. I have the way to have time in your life. To have time. The only people that are suffering when you're giving time to work is your family and what you want to do. Think about if you didn't have to give time to make money. What would you be doing with your time? It probably wouldn't be working. It's coming down out here. Look at this rain. I bet you somewhere in webinar land, someone has sunshine. That's where we need to be. So let's go into box number 6. Box number 6 talks about building a group. Building a team is simple in Tranont. It's called leverage. And it's the most fun thing you're going to have the opportunity to be a part of. Do you know why? Because it'll teach you the second principle I was taught about making money, how to serve people in leadership roles. We look in box number 6, there's 3 little people. I call them the 3 blue Smurfs. I like the sound of residual income, so I actually invited friends and family to take a look at it. And my first 3 people were actually my mother, a college coach, and a friend. They joined my team. They each paid in to have their own company. Now, based on my leadership ability, I'll say it again, based on my leadership ability of me teaching them how to refer services, do financial deals, I got paid off of work that they did. So watch this, okay? Who in here would love to get paid off of Harmon's? Raise your hand. Okay? But who in here would rather get paid off of Harmon's and I went and did the work? You lazy people. Wow, you like leverage too, as did I. So when you become an executive, that's all that it takes is 3 people joining your team. Here's how cool it is. You get a bonus for it. $30 every single time someone joins your group. You can only have that happen 3 times, so you get $90. Then you have a monthly bonus. Remember this fee right here? Bingo. By hitting the executive position, your monthly check is $100 a month. Congratulations. You're now in Tranont for free if you don't want to just go sell some product. If you might be like me, kind of lazy. Depends on how you want to work it, right? But here's the cool part. I think the best part is the ability to build groups and get paid residual income off of customers that your team acquires. Let me give you an example. You guys' names are who? Bob and Cody. Cody, Thomas. Last week, Cody's been closing some merchant accounts. So, is it true that someone introduced you? So here's Cody, that circle. Someone introduced Cody and you, B and C, to Tranont. Correct? You went out and closed some merchant accounts. And guess what, guys? When you close accounts, they give you a bonus for it. They send you a $50 deal. It's pretty cool. You got those bonuses. You're pretty excited. So, who closed those accounts? Who did the work? You or this guy? Neither one. Why do you say that? So you put the lead in, you were the source, and National Processing did the work. So this guy really didn't do anything.
I don't even think he knows I sent him in.
But his check will reflect that. Let me tell you the secret. Wealthy people love Tranont actually because of box number 6. Here's why. Wealthy people only know, and they know this to a T, they only have 24 hours in a day. The way you gain more hours is you build groups, teams, leverage, properties, right? It's what you're doing with other people. One of my mentors has like close to now 7,000 employees. That's a lot of hours in a day that he's picked up, and that's why he's extremely wealthy. See, this gentleman right here, or individual, he or she, I don't know who it is, they just picked up some merchant accounts because Cody referred them in. That's why you want to build a team in box number 6. It's leverage. It's amazing. Let's go to box number 7. There is a car on the sheet of paper. Here's how the car works. We have a car program. Okay? You want to go back in box number 6 and you want to write the names of the people you want there and help those 3 people become executives. What 3 people would you like to have be an executive in your team? 3 people, each, those 3 people are making money. When you figure out the secret to our industry is how many people in your group are making money, the more money you make, it'll change your life. You then become a financial consultant in our company. Tranont gives you the $100 from box number 6, and then they give you $500 in box number 7 for the car of your choice. It must be a Jeep, though. Wrangler, Rubicon, Cherokee, all that kind of stuff. My advice is very simple. Okay? If you're male, get a Rubicon or a Wrangler. Or if it is a Cherokee, make sure it is an SRT. I'm just joking because there's some people in here who are giving me the evil eye. I'm just joking. Men, women, slash, like, how do you say that? How do you mix those together? Right? No, the point is you have a car for free. Here's what you need to know about the cars, guys. 90% of Americans have a loan out on a car in their home. What was our overall mission in Tranont? It's to make you money and help you become debt-free. We just eliminated debt, and then you can take the money that you just would have spent on a car, and you can now reallocate that money towards some of our licensed product that now give you a real shot at great retirement. That's why you really want to get to know some of the wealth specialists here, so you have a great working relationship with them. So every time you eliminate a debt or you get the car, you can say, okay, here's more money. What should I do with it? It's a great way to think about it. Okay? Now, if you don't want the car, they give you $250 cash instead. So $250 plus box 6, that's $350 a month. I would take the car. I actually took one of the owner's Jeeps over the weekend up into a cabin that me and my wife just got. And it was a really great time. And came back all muddy and stuff, and it just felt good to get it all dirty. And yes, I detailed his Jeep before I give it back to him. So let's go to box number 8. Box number 8 is the different ranks and positions that we offer in our company. So as you can see, there's a lot of them on the page. This is not meant to give you every roadmap to those positions, because I can do that at a later date. If you just want to get in touch with me, we'll make it happen. But you can see they warrant hundreds of dollars, now up to over $1 million a year if you want to. Now, what you're not seeing on that page is how much commission you can actually get off of some of our licensed products. So you can actually make quite a bit of money if you want to. So we have quite a few people in the room who are in these ranked positions. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually pass this mic around a couple times so everyone in webinar land can hear the goodness of what we're doing in the company. So if you are an executive or higher, can you please stand up? Please stand up. Executives or higher, please stand up. Okay? So I'm just going to hand select some people. So we're going to select this gentleman. Actually, we're going to select this sir right here. So you keep standing. Mr. Bob Thomas, keep standing. Mr. Dove, keep standing. And then she's going to keep standing. She just hit a position today. So tell everyone your name, what your rank is, etc.
My name's Ron Weeks, and I'm a VP.
Ron Weeks, Vice President. Congratulations, sir. So that's quite a ways down the wrist. Nope, give the mic back to him. What have you been doing for your career?
Financial services.
He's been in financial services. Why did you hang your tag, your license plate with Tranont after all these years?
Because it's a great business. It's something that I've wanted to get my family involved with. And to this point, I felt like I couldn't do it because it takes so long to build an income. It took me years to get to the position I'm at. And with Tranont, they can start building an income immediately and create the residual income that I've had the joy of having my whole life.
Congratulations. Next.
Marlon Jensen, I'm an executive.
You're an executive. Congratulations, sir. And what have you done in your career?
Sales and marketing.
Sales and marketing. So what attracted you to this opportunity?
It was the education.
The education part of the money. What are you enjoying the most?
The education.
The education. Congratulations.
Bob Thomas,
And what do you do in your career, sir?
business owner.
Business owner. So let's hear a different perspective. First off, what position are you and your beautiful wife?
Financial consultant.
Financial consultant. You guys actually took advantage of the Jeep.
We did.
How do you like it?
I love it. Well, she does, I think.
I'm getting the Rubicon.
Oh, you're getting the...
Something's backwards here. Something's backwards here.
Hey, whatever you're happy with, sir. So from a businessman perspective, because I know some of the companies you own, why did you want to put your reputation, your name a part of Tranont? Like what, on the business mindset, what did you see with it?
I've always been intrigued by financial products, And in checking the financial products out here, I was really, really impressed with the financial products. I had some experience in network marketing years ago that paid me residual income that I loved. I'm a little bit complacent in my business. I'm a little bit tired of being responsible for the payroll I want somebody else to do my payroll. Okay, so Tranont does that for one thing, you know. And I just like a challenge. I want to build something again. So that's one of the main reasons that I'm here. And the other real big difference for me is that I get to do it with my wife, and she's really excited. And so we're doing this together, and it's just good times, really
Absolutely.
good times.
Hand it back to that gentleman,
Dave Dove,
Mr. Dave Dove. Position?
financial consultant,
Financial consultant. How long did it take you to become a financial consultant, sir?
8 days.
8 days. So you haven't even hit your 2-week mark. Did you hit your 2-week mark yet?
What's that?
Have you hit your 2-week mark yet?
Yes.
All right. So why did you decide to join Tranont?
Well, these are my kids, and one of them, my new daughter-in-law, but for my family, and to be able to help other people. I'm passionate about helping other people financially. I was kind of in the arena of that for a lot of years, and so I like being able to do that for other people.
Nice. So really quick before we have our last person, what do you think your secret has been to go from start to financial consultant in eight days?
Find a mentor.
Find a mentor or coach.
Coach, somebody that's already kind of done the deal. And just by having that to motivate you and inspire you, it's easy to get it done. Along with the fact that you have to have a why and a purpose behind it. And right now I have that.
Congratulations.
So,
I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Everyone, her voice is hoarse.
Yes,
However, Ingrid just hit executive today. Let's give her a hand. Congratulations. So tell everyone can you not?
Okay, I guess I'll be interpreting for her. First of all, I'm kind of proud of her. She's doing well. She deserves it. But what do you want to say? She's very happy. Because Tranont's opened several doors for her. It's a challenge for her. Especially now because through the education, in the past the financial world used to scare her. No longer scares her.
Wow.
Because I didn't know. I wish I could saber estas cosas antes.
She wished she had known all this information before. There's no telling where she'd be right now.
Well, congratulations.
And one more thing. And she's very, very grateful for the support from our upline.
Yeah. Cindy has been absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. And let's close this out. In box number 9, you're going to see the training and support. So we have training that you're going to be plugging into. In fact, the next couple of days, actually tonight and then Friday, I actually have some special things planned. We're going to teach you maybe on the simple part, referring a merchant account, referring a background check. Actually, if you guys need to know, the cell phone portals will almost be identical to those. It's very simple. In fact, the first Tranont Verizon 4G phone is active. It's mine. It took me about 11 minutes to go from start to the phone was on. And I even messed it up even. Imagine that. Simple. Now, there's also more complex customers. Helping people with their financial analysis. Understanding how those games are. Risk, reward, rate of return, liquid assets, all those things. So we've aligned ourselves. We have a whole bunch of wealth specialists that you have the ability to work with that teach you all the ins and outs. And they're some of the best that I've ever seen. They're absolutely amazing. In fact, if you're on the wealth specialist team, can you raise your hand? Up high? So they're all over here tonight, right? So these are the people that are here. We actually have probably 30 or 40 more of them, all amongst the Tranont group. So we'll be teaching you those things. We'll teach you how to build and develop a team. In the beginning, though, we want to make sure that we assist you in the right way, so we're building it together. There'll become a time and a day where you'll be giving these meetings by yourself. Don't freak out yet, though, because it won't be for a bit. Okay? We have training. I'll tell you, the next training that we're going to be giving, the big training, is actually going to be tonight at 10 p.m. So, Mr. Russ Losey, can I have that piece of paper, sir? Tonight at 10 p.m., we're having an end-of-the-month company call. And hopefully every one of your teammates have been checking their emails because I've been calling around, a lot of people have not. So I'm going to write this down so everyone in webinar land can make sure that they have it. So the number to dial in tonight is 712-775-7031. And the code is 466-470-252. That's at 10 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. And that's going to be done by myself and the president of the company, and they even have a couple of testimonials of some people who are on the move. Now, we're going to be talking about how to close the month strong. The reason why is because we're going to set a record for growth again this month. And I want all of you guys to be a part of it. We're going to talk about some concepts, how to make those follow-up calls, talking about the timing of our opportunity. You know, getting in and having the ability. Who in here would rather own 50 Verizon stores over one? Okay? Who in here would rather have 100 people out selling merchant accounts for you over just 2? Well, the way that you do those things is to build an organization. Many of you are going to have the opportunity to assemble dozens of people in your organization before the launch of cell phones and business phones. You're going to have a head start. This is what you've always wanted, is a head start. Before something hits the pavement and you were in the right place at the right time. Be honest, who in here has ever met someone who got lucky in business, in the right place at the right time, and they got wealthy? I know multiple people. There's a guy who invested in Google. No high school diploma. A couple $100 in Google and he is a billionaire. Right? Everyone has had the uncle even say, or the aunt, or the grandparent, I could have invested in cell phones. I could have done this, and I was a day late or $1 short. We've all heard the stories. So you have the opportunity to learn how to get everything in place, distribution in place before those products launch. I said it last week. In my career of 11 years, I've seen this happen only twice in over a decade. And I'll tell you, it's proven. It's factual information. You can go read the magazines that me and my friends are in. The people that helped me do it, their incomes monthly went up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 overnight. Their monthly checks did. Because they knew when Henry Ford was releasing the automobile and they said, that's too big of an investment and a risk. We can't do that. But those vehicles need gasoline. Let's go get as many gas stations and C-stores up before that car hits the streets. See, you have the ability to learn tonight on the call why that's so important to close out the month strong. And then I'm going to be giving you a little hint. Because Friday at 12 o'clock, myself and one of the highest paid Tranont associates are going to be going over the back of this sheet for 30 minutes. The conference call will be called Lunch with Jake and Scott. We're going to be going over this sheet. So everyone that you're closing, every single person that is joining Tranont will be on this phone call with me and with the highest paid individuals in the company talking about how to get started the right way. Do you think Dave Dove was started the right way? He saw this sheet within his first 48 hours in my office. Followed it to a T. Put people on the phone with me. Started exposing people to the opportunity. Has been meeting with my wife going over the financial analysis. He's been going over everything perfectly. Who in here would love to help people get to financial consultant in less than 8 days? Who in here would have the feeling of I just was beneficial to a friend or a teammate? I helped them get a free car. I'll tell you a secret. I get more excited giving you guys cars than me getting one. They haven't even given me a freaking car yet. What the hell? I probably already have. I'm just joking. I'll get mine, I promise you. I'm not worried about it. But see, we're going to be going over this Friday at noon. So both of these calls are paramount. Because see, what you don't know, and I'm not going to tell you, is what our June promo is going to be when Mr. Lauren Berry on Monday unveils it to every one of you. And not only the promo in June, which is the best one we've had yet, but also the cruise that we just planned to go down to the Cayman Islands. Is that where it is? St. Bart's and everywhere else. Eastern Caribbean. How long is that cruise? 7 days. And you know what's crazy? There's people who are already in the room who are going to qualify by default for that cruise. I better make sure there's some rider in there that I get to go. In fact, when they told me what the requirements were, you can qualify on multiple ways. Being a wealth specialist, you can do it on the direct sales side. There's so many ways to qualify. I'm not going to be shocked if 75% of that boat is Tranont Associates.
Yeah.
I actually hope you make these guys sweat for how much money they have to pay to get all of you guys there. I really do. And we planned it all yesterday, and that meeting was 3 hours of planning for what's going to happen in June. And what's going to happen in July and the end of July and August at our national convention with the launch of our new products, probably even compensation plan enhancements, adding more money to the field, and making Tranont become a household name. Yes, we're doing something that's never been done, but it's people who do those things that make the biggest difference. I've never seen a statue made out of a cynic or a critic. Ever. I've seen them made through people who do things that people say cannot be done, or people who change lives. See, we want you as a partner, not as an employee. That's what you're here for.